write your characters, you plunge them inside situations and then they have to make a choice. Interstellar, let's talk about that. Who likes Interstellar over here? All you people. Interstellar worked because towards the end, what is Matthew's character name in the film? Matthew McCartney, right? Yeah, but I don't know the character's name. He had to make a choice at the end of the film whether to take the female along or not. And he decides to fly, go into the wormhole by himself. That's the biggest turning point in the film. I saw a very interesting movie called Vertical Limit. And towards the end, it's got a brilliant climax. Towards the end, there are two people stuck, hanging on the mountain. And because one has to survive, that person has to let the other person cut off and fall into the valley because the rope cannot take the weight of two people.
Gravity also does.
Yeah, so second person cuts off and lets the person who's hanging on the top remain alive because that second person knows that the rope is not good enough for both of us and both of us will die. Might as well one die so that one can live. That's a choice. And that's the voice that an author, that a filmmaker makes with the character PK. Let's talk about our own country in films. Why? Because the writer picked up a choice of creating a character which is different. Dress him up differently, he talks differently, his whole thought process is different. That's why people are going to watch a movie like PK because it's very character driven. We don't know the story, but we're not interested in the story. To hell with the story. I want to see that character. What does he do? How does he survive? How does he fall in love? How does he reach the end of the story? What happens to him? Why is he like this? These are the choices that the writer has made for you. And that's why the poster, the first poster I remember, him standing nude with a tape recorder, everybody was like, oof, now that's a choice. He could have been standing there with a buffalo. He could have been standing there with leather jacket and a hat. He could be standing there with a guitar. But to make it powerful, to make it communicative, to make it an instant hit, he used the choice of a powerful image, which is probably part of the film and part of the character. That's how you make your character brilliant, by throwing in brilliant options for the character. And when the character chooses an option that you wouldn't have imagined as an audience, as a reader, then you say, wow, that's brilliant. Because you never expected that character to behave in that particular fashion.